Hello, folks. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing?
Yeah, Sudesh, I'm
Hi,
good. Yeah,
Krish.
thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
Hi, Krish. Hi, Arti. Hi, BG. Hi,
Hi,
Efren.
sir.
Hello, Ellie. Hi, Manshi. Mayur, Nadir,
Hello.
Navneet, Prashant, Tripti, Zora. How are you guys
Hello.
doing today?
Well, and yourself?
I'm doing very good. If you guys come to the second session, then I think I did something good job on the first session, I guess. So glad you guys come here. Is there anybody who is here who has not been to the first session? Who's BG? Can you
That's Brittany. Brittany.
sorry?
Brittany?
Oh, Brittany. Okay, Brittany,
Yes,
how are you?
yes. I'm doing well. Thank
Oh,
you
we
for
missed you in the
asking.
first session, Brittany.
Yes, the first session. Yeah, you missed me, but I'm here for the second.
Okay, wonderful. I'm glad you made your time. I appreciate that.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
so did you happen to listen through the first session recording?
I I did listen to the first session, yes.
Okay, I'm glad you did. Just give me a minute. I'm just gonna fix a mic over here. Give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You guys hear me well right now?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
got a fancy mic like a lot of Instagram guys do, and just it reduces the echo in my office room, and you guys can hear my voice more clearly. And hope this technology works. Only you guys can tell me that. Right. So, Brittany, I'm glad you're here. Yesterday we were just going through the roadmap, and please go through the complete session. You'll get a good idea of how to transition into ServiceNow BA role. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hi, Arti. How are you?
Hi, sir. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I know you come here the first time.
Yeah.
Can you just introduce yourself a little bit? What is your past experience and what brings you here?
Hi, everyone. My name is Aarti, and I have over 9 year of experience in collection and customer service. I have completed my MBA in finance and marketing in 2019. I moved to Canada in 2022. Currently, I'm working as a supervisor in collection and customer service for a finance company. And like for past few years, I have been thinking to change my career and move into IT. So I think this is the best platform for me to learn new things and get into this.
I'm glad you're here, Arti, and this is going to be a wonderful journey for you. And
Hmm.
you will see, how you're taking a leap of faith, and when you see yourself in a job, it is going to be an amazing experience for you. you
Yeah.
know and it gives me a lot of pleasure and happiness when I see my guys where they were and where they have become today, and that's an amazing journey for me as well, to coach you guys and mentor you and help you, clear the background verifications and help you guys move to the career. That's an amazing journey for me too, so I wish you all the best, and I'm glad you're here. Brittany, can you give us a little bit of introduction about you, please?
Yes. Hi, my name is Brittany. I have over 10 years experience in supply chain procurement and
Hmm.
provider contracting in healthcare.
Hmm.
I have acquired um, a lot of knowledge through contracting, and I'm looking just to move more into a technical um,
Yeah.
role so I can have more of a niche field and just be prepared for
Mhm.
the new future of um,
Great, great. So you've been
jobs.
in supply chain and you also been in healthcare too?
Yes,
Okay, that's awesome. So you have knowledge of two domains, right?
yes.
And I do want to tell you that, a lot of questions commonly people ask me, I don't have a domain knowledge, and they're afraid that that'll affect them, you know. I want to tell you, I had the same fear when I started. Okay, and for the longest time, when I was jumping into IT, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm new to this country. And when I came to Canada new, and I was thinking that, oh my God, this domain knowledge is, I don't have domain knowledge. And what am I going to do? Because a lot of people around me said, oh, you need domain knowledge and whatnot. And I knew I don't have it, but I decided that I'm not going to worry about what I don't have, but I'm going to move forward anyways. All right. Lo and behold, I got job in the very second interview. First interview went in for a wrong interview. I was supposed to go for a BA interview. Ended up going into a business systems analyst interview, which I was not prepared for, and that was did not go well. But in the second interview, I made it, and the very first job I cracked up to a job for 105,000, and that was a big hit. But what I want to tell you is, if you have domain experience, it's good. If you don't have it, no problem. Our domain experience in this program, can somebody tell me what is our domain experience in this program? What do you think is this program offering you domain knowledge?
ServiceNow.
That's right. That's right, Ram. That's right. So ServiceNow is your domain. If you think you don't have a domain, I want to tell you this is your domain, and you will be surprised, Brittany. You will see ServiceNow in healthcare, ServiceNow in supply chain, ServiceNow in banking. It's in retail, telecom, everywhere. So now you're gonna get job from everywhere. How about that? Right? Isn't that cool? So, but when we specialize only in one sector, like banking, now you have no choice but to revolve around banking sector only. But when you have a back-end system like ServiceNow, IT infrastructure tool, when you know a knowledge about that, now jobs are opening everywhere for you. Now that's what we call strategy. Okay, if you have a domain knowledge, it's good. If you don't have it, it's okay. All right, we're going to solve the problem over here. We are here to solve problems, not create new ones. You understand? When the problems come in, we're going to solve it. All right. And I've been in this industry for too long to solve all these problems for you. So, but anytime if you feel, I know still people give me call and discuss if there's something bothering them, worrying them, they still call me and talk to me, and we're able to solve problems here. We have to work on a solution. I do want to tell you that don't make your problems bigger, make your solution bigger so that your problems will become small. I always tell you that. But if you're making a problem bigger, then you're going to keep thinking about it. And if you don't discuss to me, then you're trying to find a solution and you don't have experience on that. So you need to talk to me your problems, bring your problems to me, tell me what's bothering you so that I can sort it out for you. Okay. Thank you. And going ahead, and I spoke to, hi, friend. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
You were there, Efren, you were there yesterday, right?
I was, yes.
Okay, awesome. Glad you made to the second session. Thanks for coming in, Efren.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Hi, and Ellie. Hi, Ellie. How are you? Good evening. Okay, moving on. Hi, Krishna. How are you?
Yeah, Satish. Yeah, nice to see you again. To the second session, I guess. Yeah.
Right, right. Have you joined the WhatsApp group?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay, I was just trying to make sure. I know that a lot of guys have joined already. I just want to make sure that we have added you to the training WhatsApp group. Right. Hi, Mayur. How are you?
Sorry, Sadish, which WhatsApp group? It's about this session?
Yeah,
This
we are
classes?
adding. This is for the BA guys. Zora, you're going into ServiceNow, phase
Okay.
2. Okay, you will be in the another batch. Tia will be adding
Okay,
you.
okay.
And
In
I
fact, I haven't
haven't
sent you.
been added also, Sudesh.
Who's this?
Himanshi.
Hey,
Himanshi.
Himanshi. Well, let me check. Let me check. Oh, you know what? Instead of Himanshi, we ended up adding Himanshu, and Himanshu messaged me and he said, "Sudesh, why am I in this batch? Because he's already in the another batch." Then I'm like wondering what's going on here, right?
So
Let me add you right away.
now you guys will won't forget our names.
Hey, I tell you something. I got in every name I have few people here. Himanshi Bharadwaj, right?
Yes.
Okay, I've added you to the WhatsApp group.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I have
This
reminded.
is Brittany. Will I be added at a later time or?
Yes, Brittany, as soon as you make your commitment to start the session, you'll be
Okay.
part of a training group. Let me just quickly show you this.
Okay.
We have a training group. I communicate. I use WhatsApp a lot. I kind of like a WhatsApp a lot. We do have Slack and stuff, but I kind of I love working with WhatsApp. This is a group we have for phase 1. Then we have for phase 2, right? This is phase 1 team. Then we have phase 2, which is going on right now, and we just started recently. This is phase 2, which we have already 38 guys. Okay, and I'm managing a lot of people, and you guys are calling me all the time. Think about me, right? So, but you know what? If you expect a little bit of delay from me, please note that I might be another call, but I will definitely get back to you, right? So, as you make progress and continue to make commitment to join, you'll be part of the WhatsApp group, okay? And I want to tell you today's sessions and tomorrow's session is also complimentary for the folks who are still thinking if this career is for you. Take your time. There's no rush on that. And so Efren was there, Himanshi was there, Krishna was there. Mayur, how are you, Mayur?
Hi, good evening, Sudesh. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I missed you yesterday. The opening session, you were not there.
Yeah,
And
yesterday, yeah, I
mhm,
had the office commitment. I got late, so I couldn't join the session yesterday.
yes, okay.
But
Okay,
going
I'm
forward,
glad you're here.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
If you see, Mayur is from my previous batch. He was not able to continue for many personal reasons, but he is again here. So what we want is we want to make sure if you're not able to complete a session, you can always come and learn again. If you think one training session is not enough for you, you can come the future sessions and listen to the programs again. So I don't restrict you from learning only one training. You can come back and learn again. That's totally okay. And Mayur, I wish you all the best. And this time, we're going to make sure this is the last training, and we're going to make sure that you're getting ready as a ServiceNow BA. Okay?
Thank you, Sudesh. Looking forward to
Okay.
it.
I'm also looking forward to it, Mayur. And Navneet is here. Navneet, you made it. Finally, I know you're busy, but you made it today. Good
Yes,
job.
thank you.
Good job. Navneet, give us a little bit about you. Give us a little
Hi,
bit
my
about
name is
you.
Navneet, and right now I'm working in McDonald's as a system manager. So I had my bachelor's in computer, but now because of like a long gap, it's hard to get into IT. So I think this is a good opportunity to just change the career path.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here. I want to know which McDonald's you're working. I want to hang out there for a free.
No. I
Will
work
you give me a free
in,
sandwich, Navneet? The whole
don't worry,
whole
I work
price
near the main, like in the downtown Brampton.
downtown brand. Okay, I'm coming. Right, and
Okay.
And I'm not paying for it, okay? I'm just
Don't worry,
kidding.
most welcome, most welcome.
I'm gonna use influence, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Navneet. We're gonna make a story out of you. I'm telling you, this is amazing story from where you guys are starting. I'm getting
Yeah.
excited for you.
Hoping for the best,
Great.
let's see.
Of course, you know what? Just to keep it positive. Always tell yourself, manifest yourself. Keep telling yourself that I'm gonna become ServiceNow BA. I'm gonna become a BA. No matter where I started, we're gonna keep looking up. If you want to go forward, we cannot look at the rear view mirror.
Yeah.
Okay? When we drive, we need to look front. So don't worry about it. Okay? So some of you guys in this batch might sound very technical, and which is okay, which can intimidate the people who are coming into new IT. Don't worry about it. I tell you something, you will get hired for what you are, and you will be hired for how much deep knowledge you have on ServiceNow and BA workflow. All right. Great. So Prashant is here. Welcome, Prashant. Ram Gandhi. I don't know if I met you before. Have you spoken before, Ram?
No, this is my first day.
All right. I'm glad you're here. Did you happen to visit listen to our recording yesterday?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
All right, no issues. We will send it out to you anyways, but make sure you go in through those videos because it's a very detailed. We talked about many things and the roadmap for this program. All right, you should. But today is nothing late. Today also, I'm going to continue to talk about some important skill sets about BA, and we're going to officially start today. Okay, thank you for coming, Ron. Thank you. And what's your work background, by the way?
My work background is BA. I worked
Okay,
as a
cool.
business analyst.
Okay, you've been a BA already. How many years of BA experience you have?
I have 8 years experience.
Okay, and which domain have you worked?
I worked in telecom.
Telecom. And which city are you logged in from?
Los Angeles?
Okay, awesome. So, Ram, I want to have a one-on-one conversation as well. I want to give you a plan. So, how it works is this is a phase one BA training, then we have a phase two ServiceNow training. Okay. And in the ServiceNow, there are different roles like ServiceNow admin, ServiceNow BA, ServiceNow implementation specialist, and developer. This is for ServiceNow BA role. And there are a lot of guys who are never been in BA before, and for them, we have planned the session where I give them the foundational knowledge before I transition them to the phase two service now. Or else it's gonna be way too much for them to handle, right? So I'll prepare them over here and they go. Guys like you can directly move to bypass this first session and you can move to phase two. And I recommended Zora to do that too. So guys like you can directly go into ServiceNow phase two training, and which is 2 months training, and we can get you ready to become a ServiceNow BA. I will talk about more about that offline, and I'll give you a shout, and we will talk more on that. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks for coming. So, hi,
Yeah.
Tripti. You made it. And Zora, thank you. Prashant, thank you. Thanks for coming. Okay, guys, I do want to, before I start off, I just want to give you a quick information. Some of you guys have reached out to me, and I see that a few guys are finishing their work at 8:30 and they're driving back home and they're listening to a conversation while driving, and which is very risky. And there's been a recommendation to start the session at 9 p.m. instead of 8:30. I know we talked 8 and then we went to 8:30 and 9, but I cannot go anything further than that. Are you guys all okay to start the session at 9 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Are you guys are okay with that?
Absolutely, for me, not.
Zora, you're going to go into the phase two.
Oh, okay. It's
All right.
what time it will be a start?
For phase two, guys, it's 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nadir, what's the challenge from you?
Currently, I work in the morning, so it'll be really hard for me. But I'm going to the night soon, so I mean,
Oh, you were going in the night. Okay, we will discuss this offline. We'll discuss this offline.
It
Okay, we'll
doesn't
see.
if it doesn't work for me either. I have to send
Oh,
kids to
really?
school tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'll be very late for.
Okay. Okay. I want to go with the majority. Okay, but we will see. We will see the. Okay, we'll keep it at 8:30 and we will revisit this. Okay. Okay. Let's go into the session today. And so I want to talk about. I want to really kickstart the conversation about BA, a role of a BA, and we'll take it from there. Okay. And I have some case studies. And as you know that we have many of our guys over here who have never been in BA or never been in IT, and they're literally starting for the first time. But it is very important for you to understand the foundation and start understanding what is a BA's role, and get an understanding of what are the different activities and stuff work stuff we do in a project. And we will go slowly. We'll start getting deep dive into it. I have some couple of case studies that we want to revisit today, and we will have some discussion around that. First thing is for you to understand is to understand what is business analysis. Okay, the actual definition of a BA is a business analysis is a practice of enabling change in an enterprise by defining the needs, understanding the stakeholder requirements, and recommending solutions that deliver value to the stakeholders. All right, and then what you have to understand as a BA, as it says, business analysis, right? So we are trying to analyze, doing analysis of the business which is in front of us, and we want to understand what is that they need. Okay, what is their requirement? Okay, what is their vision statement? Okay, what is that they want to achieve? What is the plan they have? Okay, what is the current problem are they facing? Okay, so as a BA, when you move into a new project, you got to understand one thing. I've commonly seen with a lot of rookies, I commonly see that is they put a lot of pressure on themselves, like they need to know everything. They need to know the domain, they need to know the business. I want you to understand this. The life of a BA is I would say, if you like challenges, if you like the problem solving, every project is all about problem solving. Okay, it's not like that. It's not like I like solve problem. It's not like that. It's just the nature of the job, right? So when you go into a project, you will see that many times, except the solution architect, none of them will know exactly what this project is all about. And we will move into the first day of the meeting, and our solution architect will start explaining us what this project is all about, and with little what we know, and what is the current challenges the business is facing, and what kind of system they are expecting and whatnot, but basically not the solution. So as a BA, you got to understand, when you're moving into a new project, you may not know the how the business work, you may not know anything about the client, which is totally okay. And I can tell you, a lot of people are also in the same situation. When they move into a new project, they start trying to figure out, what this project is all about, and where can I get more information about it, and all of those things. So you have to understand one thing, as a new person, when you go into as a BA, it might sound a little bit of a panic. You may have a panic attack and all those kind of things. But when you are a seasoned BA, it's very common. You just know that you go into a new project, you're going to figure it out, and you're going to attend some meetings and figure out what's going on. As you will understand, you'll do some meetings and you'll eventually understand what's going on. But for you to then get those kind of confidence, it takes time. Okay, especially I want to tell you, for the new guys who are coming in for the first time, and I will be talking about how to get up to speed in 2 weeks in a new project. I will talk about more things as we go. But the core fundamental of a BA is, the first you have to understand is to understand the problem itself. Okay, and it begins with your project. Okay, when you go into a new project, you have to understand what is this project is all about. And why are we starting this project? Where did this originate, and all this kind of good stuff. To show that, I want to show you some few things, and I will take you guys there. Give me a second. You got to understand where the project starts, and what is your role. This is on, if you're looking at this picture, you see a bunch of guys sitting on the table over here. Let's say it's a management of a local bank. Okay, there are multiple reasons why a project will start. We need to start from there, because I want you to understand, there are guys who have been in IT before, but majority of your guys have been never been in IT. So I'm going to start from ground up. All right, we're going to start from level zero, and then we will work our way up. All right. So first thing, you need to understand where the projects are starting, IT projects are starting, and where is my role as a BA. It's very important for your success. It's very important that you understand your role, you understand what is your contribution, and you also understand what is your PM is doing, what is your infrastructure architects are doing, what is your solution architects are doing, what are your developers are doing, and what is your tester guys are doing, security team are doing, and you're going to work with them in the same project. They are your team members, your colleagues, so you all are going to work together. So it's very important for you to understand your role and your team members as well. So as we continue to learn, let's focus on this. Let me get your attention here. See, let's say this is a local bank. For example, I'm just saying, what are the different reasons why an IT project might start? Oh, you have to understand that an IT department is here to serve our business team, where IT department job is to support the IT infrastructure, solve business problem through IT solutions. If a business side, I know most of you guys are from the business side, right? Say like Arti, you're from the business side, right? You're a supervisor from the business side, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Arti, you're a supervisor. So if you want to make a process change, and you guys can do it within your own domain, then you guys are having meeting with your own leadership team, you guys are understanding why this metric is not performing, and you make some changes in your processes, and you move around the people a little bit, and then you are able to fix that problem, correct?
Yeah.
But let's say you have a problem. To solve that, you need a new system where we can collect more data, and you're going to put those guys to game. So for that system, you have to approach the IT guys, correct?
Yes.
So this is where the IT guys come in. I'm just telling you, just to make you guys understand, we are here as IT team. We are also do support activity too, and we also do activities where we work on different kinds of project, which are later on I'll talk about it, like integration project, API projects, data cleanup projects and migration projects. There are different kind of projects are there, which I will talk about later on when you guys have got a good grip of everything. I will go deep into that and I'll teach you guys. But it's first of all, it's very important for us to understand where these projects are coming up. Okay, if a business team, let's say this is a company where Arti is working, she's working for a local bank, let's say, the business process is affected because of many reasons, because of loss of customer base, or maybe falling stock price, lack of employee satisfaction, decline in the revenues, high employee attrition rate, high defect rate. So there are many reasons why a business may feel the need to re-engineer the current process. They want to re-engineer the business process. Maybe they want to do an improvement. Depends on how deep they want to go to make those process changes. And many times they can solve the problems within their own domain, own departments fine. But every time they want to bring in a new system or they want to do modification to the current application which they're using it right now, the legacy system which they're using, they want to make changes, then they will engage with an IT team to bring them in and explain the business case and see what solutions the IT guys can propose. So that is the first time we guys are really come in. At this stage, I'll tell you there is no IT project I've started. We only have a business case. Business case is a document. I'll show you the template later on after this week. I have a lot of templates which I want to show you. Business case is a first level document where usually a business team can provide that to you, or you as a BA you might create one, or it could be a PM who could have done it. These are traditional ways of doing, but things have changed a lot. But I do want you to teach you guys the traditional ways too, and some documentations like project charter and many things are there, and I'll take you guys through it. So these are the scenarios where you as a BA, you are invited to check and verify this process and give us recommendations to see what can be done. And this is the first time you are really trying to do an analysis, and it's a very simple process, nothing complicated about it. I want you to understand there are a lot of books around business analysis, a lot of different kind of analysis techniques around, business analysis. You can keep reading throughout the year. I do want you to understand more practically. We don't want to sound like a rookie. We want to, be more practical, understand in a day-to-day basis how it is done, and that's what is going to help you in the interviews. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's say, Arti, you are invited as a BA to, and somebody's explaining you the business problem. What is your first few intuitions coming to mind? What do you think you will be doing?
Okay, so first I will ask what exactly challenges they are facing and
Okay.
what kind of data do they have at the moment.
Okay.
How are they tackling the current issues? And after
Okay.
that, I will try to see what best I can do.
Okay. Good. Brittany, what do you think? You are invited and you're new, you don't know anything about this business process. You are sent by your IT director to go there and check it out what's going on. So, where are you going to start? What are the possible questions? You give me a couple of questions, Brittany.
Yes, I would first try to identify what the current and process is, what the future process would look like. Um,
Correct.
Most definitely, um, maybe look at some past requirements and then
Mhm.
map out a process um, based on taking a good assessment of the environment. So I think I would
Good.
start with questions first and
Yeah, that's a good
use.
one. You sound like a BA already. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Brittany, congratulations. You already sound like one. All right. So good job. All right. Moving on. I just want to see how you guys are thinking. Right. Krishna, what you will do, Krishna? You're into new department. You're just sitting there in front of you. You got a problem in front of you. Where are you going to start? What kind of questions you'll possibly ask?
So, if I am as a business analyst, what I understand is that I will take everybody's input, what they are
Mhm.
expecting, and I will analyze that. I will compile this report maybe, and then
Mhm.
I will send that report to the other stakeholders to for their inputs, and
Mhm.
maybe I compile the report again, and then we'll put my inputs and forward them to everybody for their inputs. Like, I think it's a continuous back and forth process of a business analyst. Yeah,
Correct.
I don't know much about it. Yeah.
It's okay. You're doing good. You're doing good. Doing good. And Efren, what do you think? Efren, what do you think you'll do?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I'm just saying that hypothetically, let's say you're a business analyst and I'm your IT director. I'm just sending you that, hey, friend, this particular department, they have some requirement, some process change. They want us to look into it. Can you please just go there and find out what's going on? That's all the information we give you, right? So you are here in a situation, you're BA, you're going to the department. What are the first few things you will do? What is your mind working on when you see a
Yeah,
problem like in front of you?
I would probably ask the product owner what kind of problem they're having, or what field they want to add, or what kind of features on the applications they want to add, and
Yeah,
work with the Scrum Master how we're gonna plan it, or
yeah,
and how we're gonna test it with the developing team.
right,
Kind of work with the team and
right,
ask as much question as you can regarding
right,
the problem or the solution.
right. Thank you. You guys have answered so good. I'm very impressed. So, Efren, fantastic. Guys, I tell you what, let's sum it up a little bit, all right? So, as a BA, many times you will be in a situation where you don't have answers. We don't start with everything laid out in front of you as a BA. As a BA, you are thinking like an entrepreneur. You're thinking like a problem solvers. What does entrepreneurs do? They solve problems, right? And I'm an entrepreneur too. What do? I solve problems, right? So we need to think like an individual, okay? So you have to understand one of the key skills of a BA is to have a problem solving mindset. So if you're like, Sudesh, I've never been in a BA, I don't know how to solve this problem. There is no, what do you say, right or wrong towards it. You see a problem and you start understanding what kind of questions I'm going to ask. What I would do is literally, like you guys have said, I'm going to go into the business process, and the first I will start understanding what is this process flow, who's the user. You got to understand who's your user. In the interview, they'll ask you when you explain the project, they might simply ask you, who's the user? If you don't know who's the user in your project, you're so done. Your interview is over right there. Okay. Very important part for a BA is to, when you go into a project, when you go into business process, you want to understand who's the user. Okay. Who's the client? What is the business process? What is the current workflow? What is the current process flow? You will see that a lot of people will explain you this process. There will not be a proper blueprint or something, they will give it in your hand. So this is basically an interview session. Okay, so the right way to do is, you get a knowledge before you go into the business process. Usually, there's a little bit of knowledge transfer will be provided by any of your team members, or sometimes you might be in a brand new project and you literally, you're just going into, understand the problem. You could be there too. There are different situations you could be in. There are many times you will have a project document, project deck, or something like that will be given to you, where you can read through it, with your project manager would have explained you what this project is all about. They would explain to you very clearly. I'm going to show all these documents when you guys find, I have a lot of documents to show it, but I cannot expose any of these documents until we finalize the batch. Starting next week, once you guys are rolled in, when we know the final batch, I'm going to really show some real world documents for you, which will train your eyes and exercise your mind to understand how these project documents will look like, how to approach it, how to understand these project documents. I'm going to show you all those documents to you, okay? So in many
Sudesh,
scenarios, yeah. Yes,
sorry,
Dora.
can I add one comment on that?
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
I think when we don't know anything about this business, and just we know there are several workflow. Usually, addition of these things that you said and the other guys said, I'll try to ask about the inputs and outputs of the workflow, this process, because
Yeah,
I can reverse the engineering from the output, how I can transfer input to the output. And
yeah,
this helped me to understanding what is the information in, if we wanted to imagine this process will be, for example, black box. We wanted to identify what happened in this black box. And at the beginning, I tried to identify the inputs and outputs, and finding the relation between these inputs and output. And I
yeah,
started from the
yeah.
very basic process, not to the, and I separate the process that they are dependent and they are independent.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You're right. That's the
So,
right approach, Zora. That's a good approach.
oh,
That's the right
okay.
approach. That's the
So,
right
okay.
approach. But what I want to tell you is, you may be in a situation many a times where you don't know nothing about the client. All right. So you could be in a possible situation. So you might, you have to get up to the speed in a project within 2 weeks. So you will be given some kind of documentation for you to understand the business process. Usually something will be given to you, right? So it's not like you're starting from zero. There's some document, very high level information about the problem statement will be given to you, and then you start asking questions. You can ask your questions to your managers. Maybe somebody's assigned to give you a knowledge transfer to them, and then you start meeting the business people and continue to start do an analysis on the current process flow, business flow, and then we start understanding. We do something called root cause analysis. We're going to see all those kind of analysis techniques. There are some very important techniques of analysis techniques I'm going to teach you. We're going to do practicals on it, and you guys going to do homework on it, and we're going to go deep dive on it. Okay, so it's very important for you to understand the root cause. Okay, as a BA, it's your responsibility to understand the root cause. Okay, there's a loss of customer base. Let's say that's the problem they are facing. we have to understand one thing: as a BA, you're not a solution architect. You're not here to give you a solution. Okay. Our role is to understand the business problem, understand the requirement, business requirements, document that, okay, and deliver those requirements to our project team so that they can see what kind of solutions they can provide. So it is like this. So the foundation information from the business team will be provided by us. And this is why we are hired for. And many of the projects you will see, you might be the only BA there. Your chances of being the only BA in a project is almost 90%. If you are on a multi-million dollar project, you may have two or three BAs, but usually a lot of projects are on the Scrum framework, on the Sprint methodology. So you will see a lot of projects as short and small, and you might be the only BA. So you got to be very dynamic. And I want to tell you that I will come to the role of product owner later on when we talk about that particular software development lifecycle. Usually, there will be somebody assigned from the business side who will be given the responsibility to answer the questions for you, a go-to person. So, as a BA, you have to understand that they are just given an additional work to help you answer the question, but they're not going to be there for you every time. So you got to work along with them. As a BA, you're dealing with people, all right? So patience is required. You may not get time, calendar invite from them. You might have to wait it out. So you need to know, if this person is not available, whom shall I meet? These kind of connections and details, who we need to meet, will be provided by your managers, okay, who are in these organizations for a long time. As a BA, you have to understand that there's a high possibility, if you perform well, your contract can be converted. You can move from a contract employee to a permanent employee as well. Okay. As a BA, you have to understand that you need to start building connections into the organization where you work from various departments so that later on, if I go into the customer experience team, I know who to meet to. If I need to meet a marketing team tomorrow, I have a guy over there, I can collect more information. So you need to start building network. Okay. So when you have a project, you're also doing a stakeholder analysis. You're making a list of stakeholders you're going to meet and you're going to discuss. And there are different levels of stakeholders we're going to understand and discuss in the future classes. So you're going to make a list of people whom you're going to meet. And this way you need to start building network. So the main role of a BA is to first identify the main root cause of the problem. Okay, you got to understand the analysis phase in a project. They take more time because they're looking for every possible solution they can provide to the business. Once the business is okay with the solutions, the project will kickstart. That's how it goes. So you got to understand your business where they have the problem. It is the problem domain. It is the problem domain. You are part of the IT team and you are part of the solution domain. You got to understand the problem from the problem domain, document it, and we're going to deliver that to our project team so that they can study the problem and try to understand what kind of technology solutions we can bring in. Okay, that's what we're going to do as a BA. All right, and there's a lot of other activities we do. Our role is very dynamic. Okay, so you have to understand when you are having a conversation with the business team, with the clients, you got to understand what kind of business rules they have, what kind of organization structures they have, what kind of systems they have. We might have to analyze their systems. We might analyze their processes, business processes, and identify is it a process issue or is it a technology issue enhancement they're looking for. We want to give them a solution. Okay, we want to give them a solution which is scalable, which is less expensive, easy to maintain, and we can roll out fast. Today we are in the forefront of technology. Okay, most of the technologies are easy. Okay, sometimes we have to see whether we can build those solutions within the organization if we have the skill set to build it. If not, sometimes we can buy a technology and we can integrate with the legacy systems and processes of what we have. We can do that too. So it's very important, once we understand the root cause, there is a method to document those requirements. Then we want to analyze those requirements, have a discussion around it, and they want to define the business need. Once we identify the problem, now we want to isolate the scope of the project, which are in scope and out of scope. Okay, when you are looking at a business problem at a holistic level, you will see that some are important, some are urgent. Client will tell these are urgent, we need this right away. These are important, we can revisit it later on. Are you all with me so far? Arti, Brittany, Efren, Ellie, Himanshi, Krishna, Mayur,
Yes,
Nadir,
sir.
Navneet,
Yes.
Prashant, Ram, Tia, you guys are with me? Hope I'm not putting you guys to sleep, right? So does it start making sense, right? So you are working more on the analysis phase. Because you're working more on the business analysis phase, you will become the subject matter expert in your project. BA is a very dynamic role, is a star of the project. Later on, when we go into production, okay, later on, many times when the development team have questions, the go-to person is you. They will come to you because you have done so much of meetings, right? From the business team, understanding the business process, documenting them, validating them, from signing off the requirements, signing off the designs, signing off the acceptance criteria and stories and user stories and many things. You will know deep dive exactly what the user want and what kind of different kind of functionalities they want to do, what kind of system we need to build. Everything you will know. So you got to understand your role is going to become a subject matter expert. So it is going to have naturally. Okay, when you're working on a particular objective for a long time, obviously you're going to become a subject matter expert. So don't panic about it. You will become, right? So now when you come to the solution domain, here you got to understand if you're working, let's say for example, ServiceNow, you have deployed many modules in ServiceNow, you have worked in many ITSM projects, then you will probably in a position out of experience where you can recommend solutions, right? That comes with experience, right? So if you're on a new project, don't feel compelled that you need to give a solution. No, you're not. We have solution architect for that. There will be, you got to understand in a ServiceNow BA, you may be a BA working with ServiceNow knowledge, but there will be an expert implementation specialist who have experience in this particular module, like HRSD or whatever. They will be experts who will be helping, working with the solution architects, providing what are the solutions, what are the integration points, what are the data attributes are required, what are the systems we're integrating, how we can organize ourselves, and what are the transactions we can implement in this project which are urgent, and the important ones we'll see if we can implement in this project, or else we're going to take it up in the next project. Okay, so identifying the in scope is very important, and identifying the in scope and out of scope. So we will learn about all of those things as we go further, and we will also learn about different documentation techniques also. Okay, the main goal is you understand that in today, once you see the solution is getting finalized, okay, when the solution is, you see that because you will know that, because as a BA you are attending meetings throughout the day. There are days as a BA you will know that their days are very hectic, and especially we have here Ram, you've been in a as a BA. There are days you would have had multiple meetings. You would have spent all day in meetings, right?
Right.
How many projects do you handle at a time?
You handle, if you're lucky, you handle multiple projects. Um,
Yeah. So if you're on multiple projects, then you have so many meetings going on in a day, right?
right.
So thank you, Ram. What I want to tell you is, as you continue to go into this BA's journey, you learn that you are handling multiple projects at a time. You'll be hired for a project in the beginning, but later on, seeing your work, seeing your expertise, seeing the confidence in you, the people will start giving you more projects. But Ram, tell me something. Is it a good thing to have more project or is it a bad thing? What do you think?
It's a good thing to
Why do you
have
say
more
it's a good thing?
because you get to learn more, you get to experience more things.
That's right. And you're also getting a job security too. There's a high demand for you now, right? So, guys, I
Right.
want to tell you, right? So, I want to tell you that when you are as a BA, you will be hired for a project. Originally, they'll hire you for a project, and they want to see how you guys how you're working. Okay, and there are two kinds of BA. Okay, there are guys who are very proactive, and there are guys you have to search them. Where are they? You can't find them. Okay, and currently there are close to 40 BAs who are working in multiple projects under me, and sometimes I have a difficulty searching some BAs. I don't know what they're doing, right? So that's not good. I want to tell you something. I will teach you the techniques of how to secure your job. Okay, you got to be very proactive. Okay, it's okay, you may not know anything, but you're constantly, you say you attended a meeting, you're not sure what it is. After the meeting gets over, you're getting a chatting with your manager. Hey, I did not understand this part. What can you please explain me? What are the next thing I should do? Whom do I need to meet? What kind of task do you want to give me? Being proactive, being yourself out there is what is going to give you job security. I hate people, BAs, when they come into the meeting and they have nothing to talk about, even after 3, 4 months into the job. That's not good. You want to show your presence every day. Chat to your team members, chat with your managers. You should know who's your peer. Your manager is your peer, but your project manager is one who's approving your timesheet, right? He is the one who's approving how much time worked in a particular project. So it's very important that we want to show a presence every day. You want to understand that your role is a very responsible role. Everybody has a unique role to play. BA's role is different. A PM's role is different. They have different deliverables. A solution architect is different. Infrastructure architect is different. An SME who's working as a ServiceNow expert, their role is working on the solution side is different. So everybody has a role to play, and you got to understand that your role is very, very responsible. You have an accountability, and you got to be very, very responsible. You can't just call up sick. Nobody's going to come next day and fill you up with information. You're done, right? So I recommend you do not take any unplanned leaves. Try to be, because especially in the first project, until you are becoming comfortable and confident, I do not recommend you take any day offs. Be on back to back, come back every day strong, attend all the meetings, because you don't want to miss out any information. We are not in a kindergarten that you miss out next day you come in, somebody's going to fill you up with information. Nobody's going to fill you up with any information. So you got to make sure that you come day after day, attend all the meetings, talk to the PMs, talk to the BA managers, talk to the guys in your team, talk to solution architects. One of the best guys who can really teach you, and they will love to teach you what's going on, is solution architects, because they are the first people who have a decent knowledge of what's going on. They are a very good, nice people to go to people, and they really like working with BAs because they know that they need BAs too to get their work done, because you're the one who's meeting the business people to collect the information, right? So what I usually do is, when I started off, I don't document requirements now. When I was on the requirement side, I would make sure I meet solution architects and ask them, what do you want me to go get the information from this team here? What kind of questions do you want me to ask? What is that you want to know? Tell me. When my manager is telling me, go meet this person and come, I would ask, what kind of questions do you want me to ask? Usually what I do is I write a bunch of questions, what I want to ask, and I'll run the questions with my manager and I say, hey, can you look at it? Am I missing out on anything over here? Do you want me to add anything questions? It's a great habit, guys. You don't want to go into a meeting unprepared. Never ever you want to do that. That's a thumb rule. Always do a dry run. Have your questionnaires ready. Speak to your architects, speak to your managers to make sure that you go in there in the limited time of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you collect as much of information and come back. I'm going to talk to you about more important. You will see a lot of stakeholders, from the business side who are going to waste your time, and I will tell you how to handle those time wasters. Okay, so far, are you guys getting a grip of a BA role? Everybody,
Yes, sir.
Prashant,
Yes.
Tripti. I know Tripti is working and she's also getting
No,
most of
I'm
this stuff.
back home.
You're back home? Okay, Tripti,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good. I was getting worried you're still driving. All right,
No,
so
no.
are you starting to get an idea?
Yes.
Tripti, okay. See, listen, Tripti, I want to tell you something. There are some guys who
Mhm.
have been in BA before. That's okay. There are people who come in tech over here. That's okay. But I want to tell you for the guys who have never been in IT, I want to tell you, you guys are moving into a BA role. You need to start asking questions. BAs, we spend a lot of time asking questions. So if you have a question, you need to ask. Don't keep it with yourself. We cannot play catch up game. We cannot catch up. You need to move with me day after day. Okay, if you don't understand any part, there is no question is silly. Whatever you feel it's right, you're learning a new skill, and if you see any questions, feel free to ask me. All right. Some house rules, if you have any questions, please use the emoji at the bottom and use the hands up a sign which you can raise it. You can raise your hand so that I know who's asking the questions and I can attend you. So because if you just ask questions when I'm talking, I might lose the train of thoughts. So you might want to raise your hand so that I can come back and answer your questions. Okay, thank you. And so far, you guys been a great bunch, and I've seen many trainings, but you guys are a great bunch. You guys are doing good. So you want to understand that as a BA, we are understanding the problem, we are documenting the requirements, we are identifying what the user wants. We're trying to tell the developer what kind of system are we looking for, what kind of different functionalities are we want. We're telling the requirements, we are delivering the requirements to the development team so that they can build a product for us, build an application for us. So your role is very critical. Okay, you are giving the raw product to them to build. It's like you're giving the raw stuff, whatever spices and everything to a chef to to cook it. It's like that. It's like you're giving a civil engineer giving a plan. Okay, this is how my house I want. This is what the client wants the house to look like. They want a garage with 3 cars. They want a big living room. They want a living room in the first floor. They want a big master bedroom. They want a huge closet, and they want a big swimming pool. They want a basketball in the backyard and whatnot. So you're the one. You gotta make sure that you don't turn leave any stones unturned. You got to make sure that you touch every, because this is your responsibility. But it's very common mistake a lot of BAs will do is when you go into a new project, you just captured like 100 story, 100 requirements. You feel, oh, I'm done, I think I did a great job, I pat myself. No, there is, you cannot satisfy yourself. Don't self appreciate yourself. All right, because this will mislead you. And later on when your scope creeps are coming in, new requirements, later on the client says, oh, by the way, I also want to give you this client. That's a scope creep. We cannot accommodate requirements which are coming in later on. We have to do it sometime. It happens all the time. But you want to capture the user's requirements, the business requirements as much as possible. You need to spend massive time on it, and you got to talk to people. Is there anything else we're missing out? Is there anything else you want to tell me? Okay, is this what you wanted? We want to validate with them. There is an interview question they'll ask you. What if the client comes around, you did a project and you delivered, and you're having a demo, and you're doing the demo into the client, you have the functionalities ready, and the client is saying, this is not what I asked for. What are you going to do? If they ask you in the interview, what are you going to do?
I have a question.
Yeah,
Isn't it
go
the
ahead.
project manager's job, though, to manage the scope creep on the project?
They
Um,
are the ones who are going to review the requirements which are coming in. They're going to review it, but they are the ones who are going to approve it too. Okay, project manager's job is this. See, whenever a new requirement is coming in, okay, give me a second here. You see the screen over here? Okay, this is an iron triangle, we call it in project management. Okay, whenever a new requirement is coming in, a PM's role is to make sure he doesn't allow the cost to exceed. He doesn't want the scope to get deviated, and we have committed that we're going to give this project in, let's say, 7 months. We want to make sure we deliver it in 7 months, and no matter what happens, the cost goes up, scope deviates, time changes, but we never want to compromise in the quality. Coming back to your question, Brittany, this is a question which I want to take it out later, but I want to explain that at a very high level right now. There is a change management process which I will show you how to document it and how to accommodate it. But as a client, there's a user, usually they might come down to a BA and say, hey, by the way, I have another requirement. Can you also add this? But as a BA, you cannot say, okay, let me do it. We can't do that. It's not in our authority. It's not above. It's above our pay grade. We are not supposed to do that. So there is a process. We will document the particular requirement. I will show you those documents when we talk about change management, and we identify the requirement, and we want to know which phase of the software development lifecycle it's coming in. Do we have the budget to accommodate it? Is it aligned to the scope of the project? Do we have the time to build it? Can we accommodate in the sprints which are coming in? Or do we need to park it and take it forward? So there's a committee, a change management committee, who will do this analysis to see whether it's not a huge conversation. It'll happen in 1 or 2 hours, but we can accommodate to see whether we can accommodate or not. But there is a process around that, Brittany. Okay, and that's where the PMs will come in and the developer guys will come in. They will see, is there any real challenges in accommodating this particular requirement? Got it?
So Desh, what you
Yeah.
just what you just said, is this the same answer for the question that you told us earlier, which will be asked in an interview?
Yeah, I will come to that. I was just
Yeah.
coming to that, but I was trying to answer Brittany's
Okay.
question right there. Brittany, you got that? Brittany, you there? Hey, I think she dropped out. Okay, anyways, going back to Himanshi's question there. So we don't want to be in a situation where the client comes around and asks us, okay, what's going on? This is not what I asked for. So we don't want to be in that situation. So that's why we as a BA, we should we should always validate with the client, right? Giving a small example, Himanshi. So who does the grocery shopping in your home?
Me and my husband sometimes.
Okay. In my house, conveniently, my wife sends me off to do the groceries for the most part. She also does once in a while. But what she'll do is she'll send sometimes she'll text me the list of things she needs for the week, So what she'll do is she'll send a list. Oh, I need some eggs, I want some milk, and I want some this vegetable and that. Buy some potatoes and buy some onions and all those kind of things, right? So I want to make sure that I go over the list with her and I ask her, okay, so you want this, correct? Is there anything you want me to add? Then she'll be like, oh, by the way, add some bread too. Oh, by the way, add some cheese. And the list keeps going up. Okay, I'm okay to do that. You know why? Because I don't want to go there and without validating it, and then I go there and then she comes back. Oh, by the way, I also needed bread and cheese. I didn't tell you that. Now that becomes a requirement which was not captured properly. Himanshi, are you getting to understanding this analogy?
Absolutely, yes, Sudesh.
We want see and it's very common for new BAs to think that, oh, I think I got all the requirement. I think the client knows everything. Client has given me exactly what I wanted. It's assumption. You got to understand once if you start assuming anything, you're going to get into a lot of trouble. As a BA, never ever assume things. Okay, you want to make sure you validate it, you want to make sure you verify it, and that can be with the business team, that can also be your BA managers. Let's say your Himanshi, for example, they ask you to meet a business client and they want you to collect some information, right? Are you with me, Himanshi?
Yes,
Let's say
yes.
they sent you to collect some information, and you say, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then you go into the meeting and you collected all the information, whatever you wanted to collect, and you come back and you say, hey, by the way, and you come and say, you're thinking that you've done a great job, and you come to your manager and say, hey, by the way, I collected all this information, and your manager said, did you ask this question? Did you check about this particular technology which you are dealing with? Did you do a system analysis on that? And you were like, oh no, I didn't do it.
Oh, yes.
Does it look good for you on your side?
Not at all.
You don't want to do that. It will be very embarrassing for you. It will be very awkward for you. I tell you what, in this job, you will get a lot of constructive feedback. Don't take it personal. Okay? Never take it personal. Nobody's going to scold you, but they'll be like, go back and get it. Now, now that the person when you called before, the Mark, you went to meet Mark, now you're calling Mark again. By the way, Mark, I forgot to ask you something. I need to ask you this too. That doesn't look cool on you, right? So that is why a proper preparation is required. And when even if you document the requirements, design documents, or you're documenting the story requirements, you're running down the technical requirements with the developers, whatever you do, you validate with all the guys so that they understand it right. They commit to it. Yes, this is what I asked for, right? And we got to do it over and over again at different phases of software development life cycle so that nobody points the finger at you. But you did your best. Even after that, if something comes up, it's okay. At least you have the satisfaction. You went way and beyond to make sure you validate everything. Got it?
Okay.
Is there
Yeah.
everybody understanding that so far? Krish, Krishna, you're raising a hand there. Any questions you have?
Yeah, I wanted to understand here that there are two types of analyst: business architect, management analyst, or sorry, something is coming on the screen. Management analyst or business architect. Who is the business solution architect here, or business solution analyst here?
Instead of saying business solution architect, I would say just solution architect.
So,
The word we use
where
it
is
is solution architect on the business on the IT side, where this individual, I will take you through the team later on when we get visiting that part. But Krishna, solution architect is a guy. His job is he's the kind of guy who understands the systems very well. I'm going to show you guys next week once you guys have finalized the batch. I will show you how the architecture of an organization will look like, right? Give me a second. Let me show you. I think I might have it here. High level one. I'll show you. Give me a second. You all see this diagram here? BA is here in the middle.
yes,
Krishna, BA is here.
yes.
I want you guys to give. I want you guys your full attention here. Okay, we'll go one by one. See the BA is here. Let's see what are the things he's accessing. On the left hand side, he's dealing with the business stakeholders. And the business stakeholder, this is the architecture of organization, how you need to understand and where you fit in and what you do, right? So as a business analyst, you're dealing with business stakeholders, and the business stakeholders are dealing with external stakeholders, and there are some regulatory bodies are there, regulations are there which they need to follow, and the business stakeholders are following business processes and rules they have. So as a BA, when you approach the business stakeholders, you understand that they are regulated by external regulators. So you want to know if the requirement what they're giving, does it impact, are there any kind of dependencies are there, are there any kind of assumptions or constraints are there because of external factors, external regulators, are there any business rules are there? Nobody's going to tell you this is a business rule, this is a business rule. Nobody will tell you. It's your role to ask you. If it sounds like a policy, you need to ask, is it a business rule? It's like, yes. So you make a note of that. Okay. You got to understand the business or stakeholders, different policies and procedures they have. So as a BA, you need to keep an eye on all these things because these are the important things which you want to let your developers know. There is a business or rule around that. There is a constraint around it. So you want to make sure that when you code it, these are the restrictions we want to give it. So you want to understand that. On the IT side, if you see, there are IT stakeholders. These are your team members. And these are the team members who are managing IT systems, knowledge base, document repository. There is an IT project management too, right? There's a project management here. There is project management on the business side. Then we have project management on the IT side, right? And there are IT infrastructure, servers, and databases are there, which these IT stakeholders are managing it. And there are IT systems, which this IT team is taking care of it. Stakeholders are taking care of it. And these IT systems are also managed by internal staff, and they have customers. There are customer support tools who are managing these systems, and there are customer support stakeholders are there. So this is an organization where you're dealing with different parties which are working on. So in a project team, a solution architect who will, I want to show you a more deeper level architecture diagram, which I'll show it eventually next week. You will start getting hang of all those things. A solution architect is a kind of a guy who understands this enterprise, who have worked with an organization for a long time. He understands various departments. He understands the master database. He understands which application connects to which application. How if the change is made in one department has to be made in another department. All of those things in the back end databases, they know they are very highly technical guy, and they are able to provide a solution for the problem. Their job is to go project after project, and seal the solution, identify the problem, give them a possible solution, and make sure the solution is finalized, and let the team go ahead and development. You understand, Krishna?
But I understand this. So that IT solution architect is inside the IT system
ITT,
knowledge base.
ITT is with the ITT.
IT
It's your
team,
is part of
IT
your team.
stakeholders. Okay,
Yeah,
IT
part of your
stakeholders.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
IT
part of your
stakeholders.
project team. Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
we are kind of actually linked between business stakeholders and IT stakeholders.
correct.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
So because we are business analysts, Krishna, it's given that it's our job to speak to the business team and to collect all the information. Later on, once it goes into production, everything, you got to understand today's software development lifestyle where we are in Agile Scrum, it's a very highly visible environment. And that is the whole purpose where the customer is the center of this framework, and which is the Agile Manifesto. I will explain you later on. And you later on, when the production starts, you will be the person who will be updating the business community about what development activities we are doing. Later on, we will be doing that too. So you right from the beginning, from the collecting the information to giving an update on what kind of production we are doing, and giving an update of when are we delivering these functionalities, doing a demo in front of them, using different kind of user acceptance testing with them, making sure these features are deployed properly, and making sure we are supporting and maintenance we are providing while we are doing the deployment. You are engaging with the business community big time right from the beginning till the end. Okay, you are the go-to person. It's not the architect, it's not the developers, it's not the testers, anybody, it's you. Okay, so you need to feel like a business owner. You'll feel great, right? So I asked this question. um, um, ram Ram, are you there?
Yeah.
Ram, you've been a BA for 8 years now, right? How is your experience? How do you feel so far in this career
I
when you
feel
look?
great.
How was your first project when you started? How did you feel, and how are you feeling now?
First project was a lot of chaos, a lot of lostness,
Yeah,
and now I understand the chaos that I'm the guy who's supposed to implement the processes in team
yeah,
and be able to communicate effectively to my team members and to external stakeholders.
right, right. But 8 years down, when you look back, it's worth the journey, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what I'll tell you is guys, of course, the first project is going to be a little chaotic, but I'm here to make your journey easy because we also give you job support and all this kind of good stuff, right? So you know what, I can keep talking about this all day long, but I have a small activity for you guys. Okay. So how much time do we have? All right. I think we are getting closer, but I want to give you a small case study, and I want to see how you guys are solving it. Okay, there is a small case study I'm having in front of you. Okay, this is a digital insurance claims process, right? I'm going to give you a 2 minutes time. I want you guys to understand this business and what kind of concerns they have and everything, and I want you to explain me, make a note of it in a paper or something. I want you guys to tell me, each of you, one point. What is who is this client, what are they dealing with, and what kind of challenges are they facing? It's a small exercise. Can we do this? Arti, Efren, Himanshi, Krishna, Mayur,
Yes,
Navneet,
sir.
Prashant, are you guys
Yes.
set?
Yes.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
Yes.
I'm
You
going to
can do.
give you a couple of minutes for you guys to go through it. Okay. Not good. I'll give you 5 minutes. And with this, we're going to wrap today's session. I want to see how you're approaching. We as a BA, our very first skill is to solve a problem, and we need to start understanding how are we going to approach a business case in front of us. Okay. So here I have a small example. I do have many more, and I'm going to train your mind to solve problems. Think. All right. I want to tell you my sessions are very highly interactive, highly engaging. So if you're quiet, I'm not going to let you be quiet. I'm going to bug you and ask you. So you better open up, start engaging. Okay. So I'm going to give you here 5 minutes. Go through this background and initial concerns, and we will talk about what are the growing concerns over here, who this client is. Then we will discuss about possible solutions. How about that? Okay. I'll give you 5 minutes, guys, and I'll be right back. Please go through the case. Guys, how are we doing? Are we ready to go?
So Sudesh, what we have to find out here, like what is the
Just trying to
problem, what is the
understand the
solution?
case study. Just understand the case study. Who's the
Yeah,
client?
yeah, I
Okay.
got it.
What is the
Yeah, I
current
understood it.
process? Okay. And what is that they want? And what are the challenges they are facing?
I
Okay.
can explain here.
Okay, very good. So we'll start with Krishna. I just give me some specific questions, then we will give opportunity for everybody to answer. Okay, Krishna, who's this client?
The client is a insurance company, mid-sized,
Okay, okay, very
and
good.
the
What kind of
executive is
client? What kind
representing
of
the
domain is this?
domain is insurance,
Okay, what are the products they're dealing with?
auto, home, and health insurance.
Okay, thank you, Krishna. Just hang on. Okay, now we're gonna move to somebody else also here. Anybody else ready here?
Yes, Sudesh, kind of.
Yes.
Himanshi, you good? Okay, Himanshi is there, and if when you're ready, just raise your hand up so that I can take turns. Okay. So Himanshi, now tell me in this, explain me, tell me what is this client is going on? What is the issue they are facing now?
So they are facing multiple concerns, like the 4 points here. And what I understood out of it was that they are trying to, they want to create a mobile app where all the solutions are in one app. Uh, that's what I.
Himanshi, I want the problem statement. Tell me the problem statement. What is the problem here?
Okay, so the problems are that, they are not able to manage the data. Uh, People have to, claims are often delayed due to missing documents, and they are not able to enter data manually.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Arti, what do you think is the which department here is facing an issue here in the insurance company?
Believe customer service because they are not proactively responding customers. The SLA is not fixed. They are looking for something so that they can get customers' request on time, and they can or they should have something to communicate or ask customer if they need to submit any documents. So I think
Hmm.
because all the departments, like, they are not talking to each other, that's why they are facing a lot of issues. The process is not streamlined, so they are
Okay,
looking for something. At least if they have some apps, so that they can keep customer posted, or they can look into it, or they can get the documents if needed.
okay. You told me it's customer department, customer
Mhm.
care. In which department?
Uh, like who process claims?
Not close yet. It's okay. But good job. Mayur, tell me which department is having this issue?
So this is the claims department, the adjusters
Correct.
basically.
It's a claims department. We always want to see which department it's coming from. Okay. So who's the user?
User is the policy holder, may it be auto, home, or health.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Okay. Very
basically,
good.
they sorry,
What are the different products they're using? What kind of different claims they're getting?
auto, home, or health.
Okay, good, very good. Okay, so that's fine. So now, tell me what kind of. Okay, let's move on to good job, Mayur. Navneet, can you tell me what is that this client wants? You are the IT team. Okay,
Yeah,
what the client wants?
like
This
as the
insurance
problem
company, what is
says,
it they want you to do?
sorry, as the problem says, like most of the time the data is not getting entered because of they still are using the offline offline system, like they are entering the data manually. So I think they just want like one streamlined online process in which the customer can submit their claim directly,
Okay, okay, thank you.
like user friendly, they can
Ram,
interact and they can, yeah.
okay, thank you, Navneet. Good job, Ram. You tell me, Ram, what is the help the business wants?
The business wants to reduce the turnaround time.
That's right. That's it. That's it. So Ram is able to tell that because got years of experience around it. Business wants to reduce the turnaround time and they want to modernize the process. I'm going to go more deeper into it. Zora. Hi, Zora.
Yes, sorry, my mic was
It's
off.
okay. I think you were talking to yourself. It's okay.
Yeah.
Zora, explain me more on the reducing the turnaround time of this client. Why do they want to do that? What's going on with the legacy system?
I think we should exactly clarify about the current state that is as is. It means 2 weeks is too long to do something for the clients that they wanted to have insurance. Also, lack of transparency bother the customers because frequently they are calling to the office for asking about their problem. Also, the manual data entry could be is not automatically, so they needs to data entry with the by manuals, and then they will give the error. And while they don't have a mobile application, it's less competitive for the company, so they can't. They prefer to contract with the other company because they can see in several platform. And I think after identify this current status, current state, we can give some solution to this problem. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, that's good. Okay, good job, Zora. I like it. Okay,
thank you.
now we understood that the client wants to improve and modernize the current process so that they want to reduce the turnaround time. Okay, and these are the some few challenges the client told you. And you imagine hypothetically you're a BA and you guys moved in and they're saying that we have customers frequently calling to follow up on claim status, and they're telling us we also find the agents are spending a lot of time entering the data manually into multiple systems. Claims are often delayed due to missing documents, and competitors have mobile apps that allow customers to track claims in real time. You got to understand that when the customer is sharing the concern, they are only touching the tip of an iceberg. Everybody following me? All right. Don't look up to your client for solution. Getting the solution is your responsibility. And do not be under the assumption that customer has given you all the problems and you nailed it and you documented it and giving. Then why do we need a BA in the middle? When they're giving you these 4 points, you got to understand there's much deeper to this problem is there. Okay, so as a BA, if you go one by one, okay, you got to understand this customers frequently call to follow up a claim status. Why are they calling frequently to a claim status? Right? Why are they not? There's some kind of communication is not given to the customers properly by a claims adjuster or somebody. Customers are not getting a good status. They're not able to have access to check the status of their claim in real time. If we have a portal where they can check the status of the claim real time, can they not avoid this frequent call? Correct? Right? So tell me about it. What kind of possible solution can we give for the second problem? Agents spend a lot of time entering data manually into multiple systems. That's the claim data and whatever. What do you think a possible solution can we give? What do you think?
We can sync a data whenever you enter on one system to another system.
Yeah, we can sync it. Yeah, right. Which we can also do that. Good job. Any other suggestions?
Can I say?
Sorry.
Can I tell?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
I think there is no single source like a data centralized database to be ensure about the all data in one database, one source to
Right.
we can make this a central database for them.
Right.
Also, we can manage the system and adding the a system like the I don't know which platform is good for this mid size of this company. They can search about which platform is useful for them for managing
Yeah.
the R workflow and the process. Also, they can add some mobile application to competitive with the other company, because when we don't have it, we will lose our customer in the future.
Right.
And we can have a digital documentation checklist for checking all documented that we are needed is ready or not. After making this checklist, we can finish this process, for example.
Right. Right. But Zora, I really love the way you're explaining. But I just want to let you know, everybody, that Zora has worked on the back end for a long time. So I like the way he's explaining. But for the new guys, I want you guys to understand that you don't have to worry about from the back end data side and how these data are integrated or not about the databases. You might not have initial knowledge, but you'll pick it up on the go. But as a BA, you might have to start looking from the logic side, the physical side. There will be developers who can give a very good understanding when they look at these concerns. Somebody like Zora, you will have people in the project who can give a good understanding of what we can be doing, right? Same for this, like claims are often delayed due to missing documents. These are all the challenges because why are we missing documents here? We shouldn't be missing any document, which means that this organization has a fundamental problem of organizing clients' data or database somewhere, probably in cloud or anywhere. They need to start organizing themselves as a claims organization. They cannot miss documents, because these documents which the clients are giving might they need that to process claims. So they cannot lose any documents. So there is a lot of management process changes they need to do. So what I want you to understand is these businesses come with a problem where they need an IT intervention to give them an IT solution, which is okay. Many times we give them an IT solutions, and where they come for a problem, we give them an IT solutions. But then when they during this process, I've seen a lot of business processes changing during this whole, when they're trying to overhaul the whole process, because of the new solution, it can go and impact the current business process, and they end up re-engineering for good, which is all great, right? So this is how you'll be meeting business, and you try to start identifying the problem statement. So you got to make a note of the problem statement. What in a highlight, okay? The current claims process is 2 to 3 weeks. It's manual and lacks customer visibility, resulting in low customer satisfaction and higher operational cost. We got it. So now you go into the root cause. What are the different root causes are there? There are root cause analysis, like fishbone diagram is there, where we try to identify where the manual data. We will discuss the fishbone diagram analysis when we are discussing about the analysis techniques. Different kind of analysis techniques will help us to understand where the real problem is originating from. So when we go and fix it, we are trying to mitigate the problem so that we don't come across those problems in future. Sometimes we might have to bring them, organize our databases. We might have to make some changes in the current systems. Many times I see organizations, they have been using an old legacy system for a long time, 30, 40 years. And the system has a lot of issues. It's not scalable. And you'll come across these organizations have systems which they want to move to a new systems. And when they move to new systems, you will be in those kind of migration projects where it's a different conversation. When we talk about those projects, I will explain in detail what are the various things you will do. But many times, if their businesses has got they are able to do a sunset of their old application, then they will start moving to a new staging applications. They'll migrate all the data, and there's a lot of things as a BAs we do, and we'll talk in detail. So you need to start documenting it. Okay, what are the different things you're going to brainstorm? Okay, what are the short-term fixes out there? okay, towards a solution. These kind of solutions, what a short-term fix can be, what a medium-term solution can be, what a long-term solutions can be. Okay, how do we evaluate the solutions? This solution part, 99% is decided between a solution architect, a developers, infrastructure architects, and then PMs trying to agree with that. And what you will see that people will come with solutions in your delivery team, project team, but somebody will have will not agree with it. They will have an opinion. So there's a lot of brainstorming happens before we really present the solution to the client. So this is a later part of the solution where you start making a documentation of, okay, what is the cost it's impacting, evaluating the timeline to implement, impacting the customers, impact on the operations, you find out. But what you want to understand is when you're moving into a new project, right from the beginning till the end, when you explain a project in an interview, you always discuss in a measurable metrics. It's very common for BAs to go and interview and talk about this was the problem statement, this is what I did, blah blah blah. These are the systems I used it, blah blah blah. This is how they talk. But no, that's very common. You always want to have a measurable. When I started this project, this was the problem, and this is where their CSAT was. Okay, and these are the amount of customers they're affected. But after bringing in the solution, and this kind of development was done, this was the new metric, and we improved the CSAT by 25%. We reduced the call center follow-up calls by 40%. We reduced the claim turnaround time from 3 weeks. As a BA, you want to talk in a performance metric base. It's not a sales job, but as a BA, you always want to talk about this was the current state and that was the future state. When I finished the project, this is where it was. And this was the overall success project. And that's when the interview people will get a lot of confidence on you when you discuss based on metrics. Does it make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Mayur,
Yes.
Yes.
Arti,
Yes,
Navneet, Prashant,
Yeah.
Efrain, Ellie.
so I had to say something.
Yes, go ahead.
We
Yes.
had similar issue in my company where customer they were complaining that they are not receiving response on time.
Mhm.
So what
Yeah.
we did, we created a form stack, which is a link
Mhm.
which customer can easily find on our website, and they are the
Mhm.
one who fill out all the information. So the moment they select the options, say
Hey, Arti, you cut off. We can't hear you. Arti, you cut off. We can't hear you. I think she's trying to fix her mic. We'll give it her a minute.
Uh, am I audible now,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah, you are good now. Go
Yeah.
ahead. You just
Okay.
cut off for a few seconds.
Okay. So, I had like in my company, we had similar challenges like where customer they were complaining that they are not receiving response on time and there is delay happening. So what we did, we created a form stack, which is a kind of link. So they go to our website and they can fill out all the information, and we had given them the drop down options. Say for example, if it's auto or if it's home, so they are the one who needs to select the option, and the moment they
Mhm.
fill out the information, it asks for the documents as well. So the
Mhm.
moment they submit the form, we get all the details as well as the document. So there is no chance that we miss any document. So we have somewhere in our system where we can go and pull out the documents and we can see all the details. So if customers they are missing any details, so we have different department who contact the customer and they ask to provide more information, and
Great.
we set
Mhm.
SLA, which is turnaround time, for 15 days. So they have to close the request within 15 days. So I don't
That's
know
great.
as a BA if we can give this solution to our clients or not.
Right. So, are you asking me a question, Arti? Arti, you there? I think she went mute again. Right. So, guys, as a BA, when you come in, I know it's exceeded by 15 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. I want to tell you that as a BA, you will see, you can relate to many of you have done some kind of analyst job in the past, which you can relate it. Okay. So, there's a lot about problem solving, and we are here to solve business problems. In this training, what we're going to do in my training first phase, we will talk about different kind of project scenarios. But when you move into ServiceNow, we will discuss about different kind of ServiceNow projects which you will be handling as a BA, ITSM projects or IT business management projects, HRSD projects, or any other module, field services projects, or whatever, different kind of support projects, integration projects, API related projects. We're going to talk from the ServiceNow point of view so that you know that if this is a project in front of me, you will know what you need to do, right? On top of that, we give project support to anyways. So yes, Zora, go ahead.
Thank you, Sadish. Can I ask one question about the
Yeah,
previous subject that you spoke about that?
yeah.
Actually, my question is about the working with the developers implementation phase. I know in other platform when we wanted to make a wireframe or design some form for the developers, we know about these their softwares like SQL. And our requested was exactly according their ability of the SQL. They didn't want some request that the SQL doesn't support them. But in the my question is about this service now. While we are working as a BA, and beside of this, we don't have any experience in developer area in ServiceNow. We don't know that exactly what is the limitation, what is the benefit of this. Every codeless or low code platform has a little bit limitation. We can't say you can do anything in any way. The limitation doesn't let them to make any form. So while we don't know about this limitation, how we can design a wireframe for them and ask them to make them, in this area, in this new platform, I don't know how can I, without any information about the codes in developer, just I know they are working with the HTML or a script, I know a CSS or something else. But I don't know anything about their limitation. So maybe I will design some forms that they it's not possible to make it, because they have a limitation. So is there any plan for us to understanding limitation and know
Yes.
where we are and how we
Okay.
can,
Zora, I tell you something. As a BA, we may end up doing some wireframes or we may not. We're not doing wireframes in all the projects as well. So, guys, wireframes means it's mockups, okay? A design. We will discuss more about it. But I'm not going to go much detail or technical on this, Zora, because you asked a very advanced question which most of you may not understand. Okay. On the ServiceNow point of view, developers have a unique role to play. Okay. As a BA, you don't have to worry more on the development side, but Nishant will address this question when you go to phase two. Okay. If you are in a situation where you have to get mockups and you have to deliver to the developers, what level of information do you need on a low code? Nishant will clear that. I'm not going to get into that ServiceNow part right now. Okay, but I can tell you that from the BA point of view, you are creating wireframes. Only initial level wireframes is what we create. Okay, it's eventually taken over by front-end developers to start designing on that. But we are only talking from the logic point of view. We don't get into the physical aspect of the systems. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't want to focus on the wireframe. Anything that we have to give them to develop this, we have to know how many they can do. In the past when I was sending requests for the developer, because I know the SQL, sometimes the developer said to me, oh, we cannot do this, it's not possible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because of my
Yeah.
past experience that I was the SQL developer in the past,
Yeah.
I could convenience him, you can do this
Right.
in this way. But
Yeah.
in ServiceNow, I don't have any experience in the developer as a developer. So how can I convenience them? It's possible to doing this. Try in
Right.
this way,
Well,
try on that way.
yeah, you will be able to understand these questions when we take you through the ServiceNow instance, because we create a lot of workflows there. When you do a practical with Nishant, you will be able to understand this. Got it?
Okay. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Okay.
And I'm also not only that, Zora, I'm also, there are some guys who are already from the tech background. They will be going into phase two. And I'm sharing the recordings to them so that there are some guys like Zara and there are some guys who are technical. I'm giving them access to join the phase two directly so that they can skip the BA part and catch up the BA part and recording. So if you're already having an IT background, you don't have to go through phase one BA training. I will move you, which is like a month training. If you're already into it, you don't have to. I will move you guys directly into phase two ServiceNow training, which is a 2 month training. We have a seasoned professional training you guys on ServiceNow, admin workflows, IT service management, IT business management, a little bit of HRSD, pre-sale, post-sales activity, and strategic portfolio management. So that is all you need from the BA point of view. So I will be having those conversations with you guys for the guys who are coming from the technical background, anyways, because I do not want the new guys who are coming into IT to feel intimidated. They will feel, oh my God, what is going on here? I don't, because they're like babies now, so I need to have them take them one by one. So for the advanced guys, you guys don't have to be in this month this training. I will move you guys there so that we can start addressing these questions and clearing these questions for you guys. You got it? Everybody? Himanshi,
Yes,
Tripti,
Sudhir.
Tia, Ali, all good? So
Yeah.
guys, I know it's too late. I'm gonna let you guys go. Our next session is on Friday, the evening, 8:30 p.m. All right, please come in. This session is also complimentary for some few guys if you're still deciding on. But after the Friday sessions, you got to make a commitment to join the session, and we can so that we can start mentoring you guys towards this career. But it's very, very important that you get on a phone call with me, clear all your doubts before you make a commitment so that I can share the road plan with you. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys been a great audience, interesting, and I see that you guys are engaging a lot. I'm really happy the way you guys are engaging with throughout this program. Okay. So you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys back on Friday. You will get the recordings tomorrow morning. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you back on
Thank
Friday.
you.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Good night.